Now, let's just stay with the economy because government is under intense pressure to return to the IMF for a bailout in the wake of harsh economic times. The controversial e-levy, touted by government to be a critical solution to fixing the challenge, has not done too well after 2 months of its implementation. The latest tax has raked in just 4% of its projected revenue within the 2-month period. With this trend, some analysts believe the measure might not work as expected. Former Finance Minister said Tepe thinks with the current hardship, Ghana has to consider going back to the IMF. He spoke on the AM show earlier.
So all that a shortfall, whether it is 10%, whether it is 50%, or what we may be seeing as maybe 60 to 70%, because the tax has not stabilized yet, would only worsen, the fiscal situation, because it was not meant to have helped it substantively, despite everything that was being said, that it will create employment, it will do infrastructure and all that. No. Yes, infrastructure, if you're talking about minor infrastructure, which makes a difference, like elementary schools and the rest, yes, it makes a difference.
Seth, pardon the interjection, but correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying it was 1-point-something%, the entire e-levy, because just walk me through this. I may not be an economist. I have a fair knowledge, so just hold my hand because you are the expert here. If you look at 100.5 or 100.05 billion, and you consider that the e-levy initially was supposed to rake in something close to 7 billion, 6.9 billion, and then it was revised to about 4.5 to 5 billion, interacting with Dr. John Kuma, Deputy Finance Minister, you would be looking at least something around 4.5 to 5%. Or am I getting something wrong?
No, we are expressing it as a percentage of GDP. So let's focus on that. Right. I'm saying that first, your 100 billion approximately is the equivalent of 20% of GDP.
Right. Okay, now, so I now get the understanding. I didn't hear it as an expression of the GDP. I now get what you mean.
Yes, it's an expression of the GDP.
Right, go ahead. Please go ahead.
And so I'm saying that, and if it's the equivalent of 20% of GDP, total revenue, including the e-levy, what is the e-levy's contribution? It is 1.4% of GDP. That is what the approximately 7 billion gives you. My other point is that, therefore, if you are looking at the difficulty facing the nation today, it is that we have a high deficit because the expenditure is about 143 billion, right? Much, much above, almost, well, let's take government figures. It's 137 billion, which we dispute anyway. Go back to the IMF now for COVID loan. If we were that solid, why didn't we stomach it ourselves? Didn't we take the SDR, the countries that have the wherewithal, when they got their SDR, some of the middle income and almost all the advanced countries, what did they do? They divided it, used some of them to create their own buffers, and gave the rest out, to countries like ours, by way of aid and the rest. I mean, if you want to, with a certain club, you have to do the fundamentals, for you to be there. Okay. I do not see, how we are. By the way, let me also answer this question,
and maybe just briefly, because we have to go. So this will be the final point.
Hope was to answer a critical one of the home group, particularly the stabilization fund and the second fund. So let me just focus on those. What are the problems that have been buffeting the economy? It is because commodity prices keep going up and down. Forget about Ukraine war and the rest.